We were having a very fun conversation at the time, and then we moved on to darker things. Ended this sentence by saying 4 magic words: "Do not open this box." Because after I cried, I felt like a burden was completely lifted off my shoulders. I felt so light. You find your own way to get close to God. If it is a little unconventional, it is what it is. Hello, my name is Trinella Currie. I am currently pursuing my B.Ed from St. Xavier's College, Park Street. And today I am going to talk about 2 miracles that happened in my life. But first off, I'm going to talk about my addiction to pornography. And I'm going to start off by setting this imagery in your head. So imagine that you are sitting in your room doing nothing, scrolling reels or whatever, and someone comes into your room, a friend, a parent or an acquaintance comes into a room with a blacked out box, and it looks very drab, it looks very plain, you don't really care for it, but they tell you, I'm going to put this box at the side of your room, in a corner of your room, and I'm going to come back and take it from you later on. But now they've also ended this sentence by saying 4 magic words: "Do not open this box." Now, reels are not important to me. Now, whatever was interesting to me 2 seconds ago has completely changed. Now my entire existence, my entire being is focused on this box. Now I really want to know what's inside this box. And I am hoping that whatever is inside this is way more interesting than whatever I am doing right now. Now, in my life, this box was the internet, and I was hoping to find interesting cartoons, because at the time I was really into Disney and Hannah Montana, Zack and Cody, the suit life of Zack and Cody. I was really interested into all these things. So obviously I thought I was going to watch, I don't know what, blooper reels or something like that. I was very interested in what is inside this box. But unfortunately, the inside of this box was as black as the outside of it, because I was introduced to a whole world of darkness. At the time, of course, it was interesting because curiosity is something I was never talked about or talked to about, so I didn't know what this was. I had no idea that so I'll tell you, I used to watch rom-coms, and in rom-coms, the most that they do is make out, and that's it. Okay, so you think like your idea of sex is that, okay, you're making out and you're already doing too much. But then I sit in a class and with my friends, and we're all sitting and discussing about, we're teenagers, so we're talking about relationships and boyfriends and whatnot. And me, someone, I have not dated anyone, okay, at this point in my life. So I was very interested in their conversation. We were having a very fun conversation at the time. And then we moved on to darker things. And they told me about how much they watch porn, which was crazy now that I think about it, because we were just in class 12. But yeah, that's how my curiosity arose, because I didn't know what this world was like. And I said, you know what, if my friends know what it's like, I feel like I'm missing out on something. So I thought, why not go home and check what this is. I will say that entire year, I did look like I was having the time of my life, because it was the last year of my schooling, and we were all just trying to make memories and things like that. And I was good for the most part, but my head was so filthy. I did not like the things I was thinking. I did not like the way I was looking at people. It was disgusting. And yeah, at some point I did take like a break off from it, kind of, but it wasn't really a break. It was more like a lack of access, to be honest. But yeah, towards the end of our class 12, I used to this is going to sound so weird, but I used to love going for retreats when I was in school, because our school used to send us so often for retreats. It was so fun. We sit and dance. We make new friends with other people from other schools. It was very interesting. And there was this opportunity in our class 12 where we were sent to this one retreat. And I was very interested because mostly because it was a 3-day retreat, so we had to stay at this place, and I was very hyped up to stay over with my friends the whole night and everything. So yeah, once my parents let me go to this retreat and everything, I thought the most I'm going to get out of this is just staying up at night till 3 in the morning and doing nothing, just talking to my friends. But yeah, it was at this retreat that my life completely changed. Because after that, I did not even think that there was that pornography even existed. Like, I felt like it was just eradicated from my brain or something. So at this retreat, they showed us a bunch of videos, and not particularly about this. They were talking about several topics. They spoke about confession and the importance of reading the Bible, why you should say the rosary, and things like that. And there was this one person who was talking a bit about pornography, and I did not like the things that he was saying. I did not see myself as addicted to pornography. I just thought that, I'm going to be on the phone anyway, and now I'm just using my time to do this instead of watch, I don't know, like Disney or something like that. So when this person was talking to us or giving us his testimony, and he was describing how he was addicted to pornography, I started hearing him and saying, that sounds so much like me for some reason. And I said, oh my goodness, am I addicted to pornography? And uh, I had no idea. So I went up to one of these people, because they were a group of young adults who were doing this retreat. So they said that if you all need counseling, if you all need to talk to someone, come up to us. So I went up to the closest female one I found who's going to talk to a male at that age. So I went up to the closest female. I spoke to her and I said, do you think I am addicted to this? And she was like, she gave me a talking to, which I appreciated, and then she spoke about the importance of confession and everything. I'm very grateful to her. I don't want to take her name, but she changed my life with the way she spoke to me and everything. And immediately after that, on the third day of retreat, so this happened on the second day, on the third day of the retreat, we had a session for confession, and then we had Holy Mass and everything. Uh, yeah. So once I had given my confession, I have never sat and cried, because the only times I used to cry was when my mother used to trash us both up. Me and my brother, oh my goodness, the way my mother used to hit us, I deserved it. I deserved it, but it was terrible. Our skin would turn black and blue. But yeah. That was the most I did crying. But that day, after I had done the confession and everything, I sat down. I did not even cry during the confession. I sat down in the church. The church was dark, it had some dim lights or something. We had the Holy Eucharist in front of us, and we were just looking out into it. And I had the rosary in my hand. Someone just put the rosary in my hand. I don't think I carried a rosary. I don't say the rosary that often by myself. So I think I just had the rosary in my hand. I remember looking at the Eucharist and just saying, thank you, Jesus, for bringing me this person, because this person brought me closer to you, helped me understand that I was burdened by this addiction, because I didn't know I was. And I just started bawling. I don't know why. I was so confused. After I left that retreat, I started laughing at how badly I was crying, because I didn't know why I was crying. But yeah, it made me feel so good, because after I cried, I felt like a burden was completely lifted off my shoulders. I felt so light. So yeah, it felt yeah, it definitely felt like my life took a 360 after that, because I avoided Chrome like the plague. And yeah, the retreat was a very good experience. But I will say, even after all these, after this thing that had happened. I would say my life was going somewhat okay, just doing the regular things. I completed my ISC. COVID started, which was wild, and then I was having, I don't know, having the time of my life in COVID. That's when I learned crochet, which has become my side business right now. I love my side business. So it was really good. And then I joined college. I did my UG, I did my masters, uh, lived life, made friends, did the regular stuff everyone does to get a job. I still don't have a job, by the way, but I have been studying for it. And yeah, after that, something happened in my life. This was kind of during COVID, towards the end of COVID. I don't remember, but this was 3 years of my life where I felt that I was completely plagued by this thing. Okay, so I had boils under my armpits. Okay, I had no way to get rid of them for some reason, because regular, like what you do with a boil is you just burst it and you hope it heals after that. For some reason, these came like 4 at a time, and they would attack me under my armpit, which is such a sensitive area. I don't know for what joy it kept coming up, and every time I burst it, for some reason it would not like completely go away. I'm sorry, this is very nasty to talk about, but this was my life for 3 years. My hands would pain so badly from I I couldn't sleep with my hands down, because the friction would hurt me really badly. So I would sleep with my arms on top, and I don't typically move a lot in my sleep. So I wake up in the same position, which means I've slept 8 hours with my hands over my head. So shoulders hurting the entire day. It was torture. And I remember my mother would see me, and she would like cry because she didn't know how to help. We would go from doctor to doctor, just like completely like just, I don't know, looking for some solution, looking for relief at the most, because the painkillers also wouldn't help. But nothing was helping. At some point they told me it's because you're overweight. So I went back, lost the weight. I come back, and then the doctor says, oh, you lost your weight way too fast, because I think I did it in a span of like 2 months or something. So they said, this is unhealthy that you did it that fast. So I said, okay, but you told me to lose the weight, so I got rid of it. uh, but apparently it was not the right way. And then it was around summertime, so it got really worse. And I remember him telling me that don't have mangoes. Mangoes are your issue. Don't use regular soap. That's your issue. Like, there were so many people giving me so many different kinds of advice that I didn't know what to think. And the issue with being in so much pain is you'll do anything to get rid of it. So at the same time, simultaneously, I'm taking everyone's advice. So yeah, it was a difficult time. But then at one point we had met this priest who also had like, we had heard that he had boils all of a sudden, and in a week's time he got rid of it. So we're like, who is this doctor that you visited or whatever? And we go and visit this doctor. We say so many prayers before visiting this doctor, because we had like I would say like a 2 or 3 month hiatus where mom was like, let's not go to doctors, let's just pray, and I'm sure we will get it healed somehow. We will just do, at the time, like, we were doing homeopathy, so mom was like, just take your medication and we pray and hopefully it will go away. So when we went to this doctor, mom was like, let's give it one last try, and we are going to pray with all our gut and go to this doctor. So we go to the doctor, we talk to him, we tell him there's the same stuff, that we've been on these many medications, blah, blah, blah. And the doctor helps us out. He was really helpful, actually. We had to go and get a few blood tests and things like that. But that's all the medical stuff of it. In a matter of, I think, 3 months, I need to ask my mother this, I don't remember. But I remember it being so fast, because compared to 3 years, 3 months was nothing. Once I got rid of it, it has not come back yet. Like, till now, I have not had to deal with boils, or at least in that way. I do deal with it sometimes, but not in that way. I feel so grateful. It's truly been such a huge miracle in my life. Yeah. But even then, even after these two major things that have happened in my life, I have never felt the need to read the Bible, or uh, not go to church, because I was still going to church, but like to read the Bible very specifically in with passion, or with anything, because I feel like I have made attempts to read the Bible, but at some point I just blame it on the fact that I am not into books, because I have never wanted to read books. I have read a total of, I don't know, maybe 10 books in my life that I've actually liked. So I thought maybe that's the issue. It's me not liking books that is causing me not to like the Bible. So uh, yeah, I have not ever like wanted to read the Bible like that, which seemed little crazy to me, because if such miraculous things have happened in my life, you would think that I would want to rush to Jesus all the time, and try to get to him closer by reading the Bible, get to know the stories in the Bible. Because I remember just sitting and listening to the gospel every Sunday, and Father is explaining it in the form of a sermon to us, and I am completely blank, because I'm like, I don't know this story even exists in the Bible, which is crazy. I am an adult. I should not be doing this. So I felt so left out. But yeah, every time I open the Bible, I have this thing of where I have to go in a particular sequence. So if the Bible starts with Genesis, I have to start with Genesis, and Genesis has a bunch of names. I hate the names. I hate to admit it, but I hate the names in Genesis. That bores me like anything. I do not want to read beyond that. So what I did was just open Pinterest and see see what other people are doing. Basically, I was like, what's the best way to start the Bible? And everyone said start with John. So I started with John. I read complete of John, didn't feel anything. So I feel like people who read the Bible, they typically they feel this need to go out and preach, or like tell other people the stories in the Bible. I did not feel anything when I read the Bible, which also like kind of put me off. But yeah, that was my millionth attempt at reading the Bible again. Did not want to read it, but something happened to me in Jan, where all of a sudden I was like filled with this complete passion and fire to just get like so intensely close with God that I don't even process that there's a whole other world going on beyond me. So I decided, okay, maybe I really don't like reading books, but uh, our generation, typically me, I don't know about the other people, I am very into any form of social media. So I thought, instead of reading the Bible, why not I heard the Bible? Because I am very into podcasts, and I know I really like Netflix, and that around the same time like Chosen has come out, I was in love with Chosen. So I thought, why not go and explore other means of trying to get to know Jesus? Why do I only need to read the Bible? But thankfully now I am really in this mood of reading the Bible. I am really interested in the stories and everything, which I'm really grateful for. But I will say, if you are just reading the Bible, it does get a little mundane, because if you don't know the context or the backstory to certain things, it just feels like you're reading it for the sake of reading. So that's what I felt. So I constantly, like, I watch YouTube videos, especially Ascension Presents, where Father Mike Schmitz talks a lot about addictions, or how to deal with certain things. And he has this podcast where he's just reading the Bible also on Spotify, which I really like. Then there's a podcast where it's just two girls chatting, and it sounds like they're gossiping, but they're gossiping about the Bible, which is really cool. So yeah, I just found other means to read the Bible. I am reading the Bible. I really love my Bible. It's very pretty and everything. And I love listening to worship music. Even when I was first introduced to worship music, I thought it was just like hymns. So I thought it was just listening to "Our God is an Awesome God," which it's an awesome hymn, but it's a slow number. I am into like rock music and like faster beats. So when I was introduced to this whole other like Christian pop and worship music, I started listening to music so much more intently. Even for this length that just passed by, I had given up secular music. I was only listening to worship music for the entire month. It felt so good. It felt like such a relief. And after Easter was over, because my friends couldn't they kept thinking that just because I'm not listening to secular music, they can't sing secular music around me. It was really funny the way they were trying to cope up with my Lenten sacrifice. But yeah, it was a very good experience listening to worship music. It makes for really good workout music also because of the fast beats and everything. But yeah, I will say that if you don't feel like you are close to God in a particular like or like in a way that other people say that they feel close to God. Like I remember people saying that if you're struggling in your life, you don't need to read passages of the Bible. Just hold the Bible and open it, and you will something in that page will click. It has never done that. I wish it did that. It never did that for me. I'm sure for other people it will do. Like I am really into comedy, so I watched this YouTube docu-series called The Promised Land, which I connect with more than I connect with Chosen, because I'm more into comedy than drama. So it varies from person to person, but you find your own way to get close to God. If it is a little unconventional, it is what it is. So why do you want to follow convention in the first place? It is so boring. So that's all I have to say.